university have to do, and we have to connect the youth to the elders because they separated that. Just like they separated the black god from the black goddess and the Latino god from the Latino goddess, right? So we have to connect that. And to all my peers that are in the university, we are doing a great job of that. Many of you are sharing this information with your parents and your kids, because you got your parents and you got your kids. And you are taking in this information and not taking it lightly. This is our true history. This is our cosmic history. All right? Whether you want to call me a scholar or intellect, whatever you want to call me, this is our version of the truth. We've always heard their version. We've heard the Eurocentric perspective on everything pertaining to history. We've always only heard the Eurocentric perspective. That's it. The Eurocentric perspective. So, to be able to take in these downloads and look past the physical aspect of everything, because the plan is to leave us locked in this physical anyway. So to get you to stay in a more, what they like to call a human state. They want to humanize you, God. They seek to humanize you. So for my peers, we play a crucial role in this spiritual war that we are in. Because it's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get a lot more serious because we are waking up. So they have to get more aggressive in their tactics. They have to become vigilant, more vigilant in everything that they are throwing our way. So I just want all of my peers, once again, all the guys and goddesses in the university in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, to understand the role that we play. We all must understand our role. We know time and age isn't real, but we play different roles in this game. And I also want to send the deepest of insight to all the blue crystal baby, those 18 and under within the university, with y'all watching these lectures, sharing them on TikTok, watching these lectures with your mom, your family, your big brother, your big sister, your friends in school, sharing the videos. Y'all are the secret weapon in this war. Only difference is the opposition know that you're a weapon too. So it's really not a secret. But I'm saying secret weapon because you don't know how powerful you are. You have been taught to believe that because you're 18 and under that you don't have any power or as much power as the adults, which is what they call us, or your other senior citizens, your elders, 65 and up. But those are lies. Very powerful beings. So a lot of that has to do with this neuromelanin. Let's get one ding. A lot of that has to do with this neuromelanin. All right. And the way we view ourselves. See, we descended down here. We descended down into this reality, to this physical realm, into these physical avatars. We descended down here. Descended down here. You are not these meat suits. You literally just drive in this body. This is why death isn't real. You picked the body when you were in the cosmos before you got here. You picked your body. You picked your parents. You picked your mom. You picked your dad. You picked your entire family out. Based upon what you knew your soul would need to complete its soul contract in this reality. That's what you are. That's what you are. Divine woman, divine man. But let's remove man and woman, because when you're saying that, you're talking about those who have melanin. When you talk about the gods, you're talking about electrical beings full of magnetism and neuro melanin vibrant colors, aura field, chakras, cells. With a nucleus and a membrane and other functions to it. Arteries. A lot of these things humans lack. But you were told that they had it too. And they were taught that they had it too to make us all believe that we are one human race. More lies. You created all that you see and all that you don't see. You give life to the sun, and the sun gives life to you. You are plant-based. You receive your energy photosynthesis, the same way the plants do. This is why it's called a planet. Plant-based beings designed this realm. But you break that word down, you get plane, Planet. Because this planet consists of multiple planes of existence or realms. 9 to be exact. So this realm, for this is plane T. And a lot of your planets, right, had different names than Mars and Mercury and Pluto. These are all, some of these names are ancient and actually cosmic. Most of them are English names. Words created to describe godly attributes. Words created to try to describe godly attributes. To try to describe, keyword, describe. Because what does describe do? Write down things. So when you describe, you're unwriting or you're rearranging what you originally wrote. That's what describing is. So they use these English words to describe, remove, erase our history, right? Describe what these planets are. Everything given to you, told to you, was given to you via description. To describe is to erase or remove, but most of us don't understand that because we don't look into etymology. Alpha beta system is very tricky. You must know what you are. If you never knew before, you are a 9 ether being, but why though? What's 9 ethers? What's that about? What is the etheric realms about? What does that mean? We hear the words, but what do they mean though? The etheric realms. This is the oil of the source of you. The neuromelanin. 9 ether beings, we have neuromelanin. Six ether beings, they have melanin. Animals and 6 ether beings share that trait, melanin. The 6 ether beings and the animals, which are the human beings, share the melanin trait because what does melanin do? Melanin is designed to block the UV rays emitted from the sun. I'll repeat that again for the smoothies in the back who snuck into the university. They paid just to come in here and troll. Didn't even know that I got the comments cut off. So you're forced to just hit a real talk in here. Six ether beings and animals share that genetic trait of melanin. Melanin is the synthetic version, so that means the fake version, the clone version, created through eugenics through grafting and cloning, which is eugenics. It's not new. But melanin was designed to block the UV rays emitted from the sun. That's what melanin is about. Six ether beings cannot take the rays emitted from the sun. This is why they have melanin. It's there to help them fight off the rays of the sun, because the sun hurts those melanated beings. The sun hurts most animals because they were created as well. Which is why most animals have fur. Some type of something to protect their coat. It's not just their bare skin. And if they do get bare skin, they might secrete a mucus like toads and frogs do. Right? They secrete mucus. So even though they have their bare skin, they still can't just take the sun's rays, so they secrete mucus, something to keep them wet or moist. Melanated beings share that trait in common. And remember, when Zeus, aka Yakub, aka Satan, Prometheus, Marduk, Enki, Enlil, Odin in Norse mythology, when he was creating these human beings, he grafted them from what? Animals. 4 animals to be exact. I told you the exact 4. The monkey. The dog, the pig, the lemur, and the snub-nosed monkey. So this is why you're going to see that trait of melanin in the 6th ether being. They also have different types of melanin. Okay? So in science, right? In science, they call it eumelanin and phenylalanine. Okay? Now, eumelanin, all right? Eumelanin is basically like I'm trying to describe it the way they described it to you. So, eumelanin, without using all these big words to try to confuse you and lose you, eumelanin is things that are part of the genetic traits that come with human beings. Okay? So certain things like human beings having the same follicles that the dog have. The same skin composites that the pig has. All right? All of these traits will fall under eumelanin. Okay? Now, when you look up melanin, they'll tell you that melanin, hold on, if you look up melanin, let's see what they say about melanin. If you look up melanin, they'll tell you that it's the gene responsible for creating the pigment in the hair and your eyes and things of that nature. But in reality, the black and brown germ is where melanin gets all its traits from. So the reason the pupil is a lot darker is because of the melanin that human beings possess, 6 ether beings possess. Their hair normally black or brown from the melanin, right? So that's true. The color of the eyelids is normally black, or most, even 6 ether beings, most hair is black, right? Unless some hair is brown. Sometimes the hair is red, but it's mostly black or brown, correct? That comes from melanin, right? Now, the melanin gets those traits from the black and brown germ that was taken out of the God. Okay? So, when the human beings were created, remember, they were created using 4 separate animals and 1 drop of blood from the original Anunnaki gods, which are those that come from Sirius X, Xylanthia, 9 ether beings. Okay? Now, the black and brown germ was used to create melanin. All right? When Zeus or Yakub was separating the black and brown germ, it's through separating those germs that he realized that he can create this new species or subspecies of God, which he would later name human. Okay? It is, once again, I repeat, it is through separating the black and brown germ that Yakub or Satan realized that he was able to create a subversion of God that he would name humans. This is the genetic thing. So this is why, because of that black and brown germ, melanin came from that, which is the synthetic version of neuromelanin. So melanin still gives that natural dark matter energy trait to anything it touches. Okay? Even when human beings, 6 ether beings, lay in the sun and they get that tan, that's from the melanin that's in their skin. That melanin causes, once it is activated, because the sun activates it, because it comes from the black and brown germ that's originally inside of us, the Anunnaki gods and goddesses of Sirius X. Once the sun activates that melanin, it gets a tan to it. Or they can go and lay in tanning machines and lay under certain lights with certain radiation that activates the melanin, and it releases that black and brown chemical to give them a darker pigmentation. Okay? This is the science behind it, why it does that. All right, now, for melanin, which is another, it's 3 different types. You got melanin, eumelanin, for melanin. All right, so for melanin, let me just tell you what they said about this. For melanin, it's a type of melanin pigment, and it's responsible for yellow and pink to red hues of pigmentation such as hair, lips, etc. So they say when you see the red pigmentations in people, hands, lips, colors, and all that, that's for melanin. All right, but for melanin, eumelanin, these are just different words to describe the weakness in the gene, or in what they like to call melanin. Because it is a synthetic version, it required Zeus to use more different esoteric chemicals, all right, which science have yet to discover here, so they don't mention them. But it's certain chemicals that was used that exist at higher frequencies in the quantum realms that Zeus used to create this substance known as melanin. All right? He knew that when he created the human being species, they were designed to destroy us. He armed them with technology, which is the art of really disruption, dishonesty, lies. Technology is the art of lying, deception, which is the art of war, deception. That was taught to them by Zeus. So he armed them with that, knowing that we never knew anything about betrayal. We hadn't lived like that before. We've never seen that. So your word was your word, right? Your word was literally your bond. So he armed them with that. He knew that he would be sending them back to this planet that was sun-based. So this is why he armed them with the melanin, to protect them against the UV rays that they would run into once they entered our planet. They were sent to destroy us. But they only had 550 years. And everybody in the species of these new humans was not with the bullshit. You have duality in all things. So just like you have the human being race, you have certain human beings that were with destroying us. You had human beings in the human being race that was not with destroying us. Just like you have reptilians that's with taking over the multiverse, and draining planets and galaxies of its resources, you have reptilian citizens that are a part of the reptilian lineage that are not with that. Right? You have Pleiadians that are pirates of the cosmos. They like to do the same thing reptilians do, but then you have Pleiadians that are not like that. All right? So you have Arcturians that like to put spells and illusion spells on species and subspecies to control them. But then you have Arcturians that are not like that. So it's duality in all things, as above, so below. So that's what you have to understand about melanin. Now, this is what makes neuromelanin so special. Because it's not composed of extra chemicals from the cosmos. It's pure dark matter energy. It's the essence, the source. In the beginning, it was only dark matter energy. So there was divine cosmic energy, divine feminine energy and divine masculine energy. The divine feminine energy told the divine masculine energy to mold and create, and thus it shall be, and it did that. That divine masculine energy became the darkness, which we now know as dark matter energy. Then that dark matter energy manifested itself into these divine, beautiful, of what we later call Anunnaki goddesses. That same dark matter energy, known as antimatter by scientists, because they fear it, was used to create the Anunnaki gods. These gods then built the base around the essence of creation, which is the divine feminine energy. That base became a planet known as Sirius X, Xylanthia, headquarters of the multiverse. From that headquarter, Sirius A, B, and C was created. And then other universes and galaxies and planets and multiverses. We begin to fill all of these with life, sharing the neuromelanated trait. All beings that come from source have neuromelanin. See? All of us. The angels, the Bazoofians on Sirius B, the Aurelians on Sirius A, the Chronophians on Sirius C, the Syrians, the Saiyans, the Blue Avians, even the Reptilians, except for the Alpha Draconian ones. The Greys, all of us. Share that neuromelanin trait. The source created it. The planets have neuromelanin in them. The suns, the real moons, not the fake one that's here, all have neuromelanin. Even Satan, Zeus, is a neuromelanated being. If he was to manifest in physical, he would look black like me and you. Facts. Cosmic facts. But we have different vibrations. At the highest vibration, it's dark matter energy. As you come down in lower vibrations, etheric planes on down, you get to the astral planes, etheric planes, keep going down. Now you're on the plasma energy planes. It turns from dark matter energy into neuromelanin, which is now like an oil substance. It becomes like an oil substance at that point almost. Think about venom. Venom is all about the dark matter energy, the neuromelanin. But once it hits the plasma energy level, it becomes almost like a oil, like a liquid oil, just like you seen on Venom in Spider-Man. Remember how his suit looked? That's how exactly how neuromelanin looks. That's why I used that thumbnail for this lecture. And then as this neuromelanin begins to further descend down into lower vibrations, it slows down. And it becomes more of a solid. And it becomes carbon. And what is carbon? The basis for which all life is formed. In the physical realm, right? Because the physical realm is what? The solid realm. So as this dark matter energy descends into lower, and manifests into lower realms, it passes through. When it reaches the plasma realms, it becomes neuromelanin. And then it keeps going gas, liquid. And then once it hits solid vibration, which is a lower vibration, the slowest vibration of matter, it becomes carbon, which is the basis from which all life is formed. So carbon is neuromelanin. But carbon is neuromelanin manifested in the physical realm. This is why we are also considered what? Carbonated beings. We are carbonated beings. We created the carbon. We are neuromelanated beings. Dark matter energy, non-ether beings. We are the completion of everything. Alpha and Omega. Melanin for melanin is found amongst melanin. These are cosmic chemicals used by Satan, aka Zeus, to further try to strengthen the synthetic version of neuromelanin known as melanin, given to the 6 ether beings as well as the animals. Even plants have neuromelanin. This is why plants have chloroplasts. We also have chloroplasts in our genetics. We share the same DEA as them. We also have DEA, deoxyetheric acid, because we are neuromelanated beings, carbonated beings, luminous beings. All carbonated beings are luminous. This is why we used to be blue, red, green, breathing hydrogen. Luminous beings. So this is what neuromelanin really is. It's a difference between neuromelanin and melanin. And this is why they wanted you to say melanin. Because when you're saying melanin, you're further casting over yourself. So they know that you're waking up. So when you even discover what melanin is, they want you to lie to yourself again. Got you calling yourself a melanated being. Well, you're a neuromelanated being. Remember a few years ago, everybody was like, melanin popping. They want you to say that. That's like saying you're a human being. See how they trigger at every turn, they got a loop for you. When you're waking up, they got another loop. Melanin, there's nothing wrong with that. No, you are neuromelanated. You must know that. You must understand it. I had to make a lecture strictly for it. That's the difference. That's what they call the Eve gene. The black/Latino woman can make any color baby, no matter what color she is, because of this carbon or neuromelanin or dark matter energy. So understand the breakdown. So when you're looking at another black person full of carbon, you are looking at God, source, and manifestation. When you see another neuromelanated being, you are looking at source and manifestation. This is why it's powerful for you to know that that is neuromelanin in the science, the esoteric science behind it. This is why I say peace, reflection. If you are a 9 ether being, that's neuromelanin that makes your skin that dark. You are source and manifestation. Just like I am. Just like those trees are. Just like the soil is. That's why it's dark. And even human beings are still a form of source and manifestation because they were made in our image. Human beings were still made in the image of the gods, which is us. That's why they have arm, leg, arm, head, just like us. But they are a different species, yet they were made in our image. This is the esoteric truth of neuromelanin and melanin. Neuromelanated beings, we feed off the sun. We eat sun rays. We need them. Melanated beings have melanin to block the sun's rays from hurting them. We control the elements because we are connected to every element. Melanated beings are not connected to anything on this planet because they are not from this planet. They are from a planet called Nern. Know the difference. Melanated beings are humans. They can never be gods. They will be called kings and queens at the highest. Whenever I see a melanated being, when I want to be respectful, I say peace king or peace queen. Whenever I see a neuromelanated being, I say peace god, peace goddess. Know the difference.